In this video, I'm going to explain email automation with sequencing and the flow and how to actually get the email content. So first thing is first, remember in the previous video, we set up the automation, we have the list, and if somebody subscribes to the health opt-in list, they get put into an automation, right? So first things first, you always want to make sure at the top right-hand corner, you know if it's active or inactive. In our case, it's inactive. We'd always want to switch it to active once we're ready to go live and start sending emails if somebody opts in. So first thing is first, let's talk about the email scheduling. So the frequency of when emails are sent out. So the first email that gets sent out should be 5 minutes after opt-in. So how do you set that up? Well, remember we have our automation. If somebody subscribes to our health opt-in list, they're going to be put into this automation. So we would click the little plus over here. We would click wait, and rather than days, we'd go minutes and just type in 5, click done. And then we actually click on the plus again, send a message, and click email. So we would just literally create a new email, but I'm not going to do that just yet. So it would be 5 minutes. And then another email we want to send out would be 1 day after opt-in. So after they opt in, this is the first email. So we want to send that 1 day after, so 24 hours. So we'd click plus again, we'd click wait, and just put 1 day. And then we'd go down here again, send a message, email. Now we have another email queued up. And then right over here, the third email, all right, is 2 days after the second one. So it should always go an email sent out pretty much immediately. And the reason why we do 5 minutes is because we want to give people time to consume what they opted in for and be at the top of their inbox relatively sooner rather than later. Now you can do anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes, will still work great, but I personally like 5 minutes. So third email and beyond, so anything after the third email should be 2 to 3 days spread apart. Meaning right over here, we'd click plus again, wait, and we do 2 days from here on out for every other email that's sent out automatically. So it could be 2 to 3 days, whatever you want really. I like to go ahead and do 2 days for these sequences. So ideally you want one email EOD, so every other day starting from the third email. So remember, this is email number 1, which is sent out 5 minutes after they go ahead and give you their email. Then after that, they wait a day and they get the second email. And then after that, they wait 2 days and they get the third email. So this would be the third email. So you understand the sequence from here. Now here's an example. Let's just say Monday, I went to your opt-in page and I gave you my email. So I opted in. I would receive an email. Let's just say I opted in Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern time. I would get an email at 3:05 p.m. Eastern time. Tuesday, I would get the second email on Tuesday at 3:05 p.m. Eastern time. Now the automation sends the emails out automatically. Wednesday, nothing happens because again, this is day 1, so 5 minutes, then 24 hours later, which is Tuesday. Then we wait 2 days after the second email. So Wednesday, nothing happens, no email. But Thursday, they get the third email. Friday, skip a day. And then Saturday, fourth email. Sunday, nothing. Monday, they get another email. Tuesday, no email. Wednesday, email. Does that make sense to you? So it's essentially going out every other day after the second email, the third and beyond. Go ahead and get sent out every other day, or you can space it out even longer. 3-4 days works really, really good. So again, that's the example of what I would suggest you follow. Now again, it's not like my strategy is the best strategy or the only way that it works. No, you could send out one email and call it a day. And then you could just keep sending out broadcast emails, so mass blasts at whatever time you want. So I would suggest creating automations because they're evergreen. Now let's talk about email sequences, all right, the actual content. The first email, 5 minutes after, what do you want in that email? Well, you always want to try and show some proof of results in your email to entice the click and really reinforce the purchase. So here's the thing about email you need to keep in mind, is that there's no regulation when it comes to email. What I mean by this is, well, there is regulation. I don't want to say there isn't for legality purposes. There is regulation. However, you're not monitored by Facebook. You're not monitored by a third-party company watching your emails. So you can play around with what you want to say and how you want to angle it and what images you want to use. If you want to use before and after, go for it. If you want to, show images that you can't use on ads, go for it. Okay? So in all other emails that you send out after the first one, you ideally want to attach it with a story. So a story or some sort of narrative talking about somebody, almost like a little case study. And you want to give the reader something to consume and digest that they can relate to. Now here's the thing. I want you to really, really comprehend this, okay? The problem that you're solving, you really have to drill it home. Meaning that everybody makes a purchase based on a few different things. There's really three main pillars as to why somebody purchases. Wealth, relationships, and essentially, health. So health, wealth, and relationships are really the three main pillars why everybody goes ahead and purchases, right? So obviously we're talking about health when we talk about fitness. But here's the thing, we really need to dial in what the problem is that they're trying to solve. And if you can really dial in the problem that the product is going to solve, the sale happens immediately. Now here's the thing, is that the problem can be 10 different things, right? It can be thyroid, it can be X, Y, and Z, it can be this, it can be that. When it comes down to email, that's where the magic happens, because in email number 1, you can talk about maybe thyroid. And then email number 2, you can talk about another problem. You touch on multiple different angles in emails, because here's the thing. What makes me purchase won't make you purchase and won't make the other person behind us purchase. We all tick with different things, different angles, right? So different things make us all tick. So email gives you the ability to really keep on testing, and not really testing, but allowing you to put different angles and different solutions to their pain points in front of their faces via email. So if you can do this in a story, that works even better. Now here's the thing, is I want you to really, really, really get this. Why do I like story and why do I really like narrative? You'll even notice this in ads as well. When I talk about ads, you'll see that I like, story, narrative, whatever you want to call it. The reason being is because the oldest thing as human beings that we have isn't necessarily language. It's not fire. It's none of that. If you think about it deep down, from the beginning of civilization, we have all, as human beings, okay, we have always carried on stories and have always, always, always gravitated towards stories. Think about it. We have bedtime stories. We have massive movies from Hollywood and all over the world. Stories engage people. They captivate the attention, and they go ahead and build, if it's a good story, they build an emotion. They make somebody feel something. So I like stories because it allows us as humans, we're programmed to listen and engage with a good story. So if the story is essentially a case study, it's still a story, right? You just have to go ahead and have that case study angled as a story, basically. So just to wrap this up, us being humans, we have for literally millions of years, the only thing that has stayed constant continually from the dawn of time is our receptiveness to stories and how we engage with fruitful stories. So it's in our DNA. It's ingrained in all of us. We all love a good story, right? So if you can incorporate a story or some sort of narrative into your emails, you're going to do very, very well. Now let's actually talk about done-for-you emails, and I'll show you how to put those done-for-you emails into the automation if you want to use them. Now, you can actually get done-for-you email swipes typically on the affiliate page for the offer that you're promoting. So if you were to go to ClickBank and you were to look at the offer, you can find the affiliate page in the description, like this one, like Okinawa. I found the affiliate page right in the description of the actual ClickBank listing. And so here's the thing. You see at the top converting email swipes. I'm going to click it. And then right here, click to get immediate access to high converting swipes. So here are the swipes in a Google document. Now, what's interesting is you could do this. File, make a copy, okay? And then I'll just click OK. And now it's in your Google Drive. So it's going to put it in your Google Drive, and you're able to go ahead and edit these emails now, and it won't reflect your edits that you make in there won't reflect off of the original document. It's just your document now to make edits. However, this is so important, okay? Like I can't stress this enough. This is going to be the most important thing you can do. Yes, the emails are typically done for you and they'll give you email swipes. Maybe it might be 5 or 15. Let's see how many emails are here. So Okinawa has 14. This is great. However, you need to make sure you change the emails at least bare minimum 60% or more. Okay? Change the image, change the subject line wording. You can go ahead and use different synonyms for words. You can break up how the sentences are structured. It needs to be bare minimum. Bare minimum. I like to go and create my own emails from scratch, so it's not the same. But I will go ahead and use their templates or their swipe files as a template for mine. So I won't necessarily use their images. Like I'll scroll through and look at their images that they have, right? And I won't necessarily use them. And by the way, I've noticed that if you include a little play button on an image in an email, it actually affects your open rates. So I stopped using play buttons in my emails. So be careful with that. However, like I said, the first email that I send out is definitely going to have like a before and after picture. However, what I use from these emails, very important, what I use and take away is the angle right here, okay? The angle that I use right there. This is the angle. I can use something like this, right? And I start crafting my own email. Now, here's the thing. You're not supposed to sit there all day and craft, 10 emails or 30 emails, whatever it is. To be honest with you, for one email, I'm going to be super transparent. For one really well-written email with at least 3 to 5 lookovers and revisions, probably takes me 45 minutes to an hour and a half. It is not, I might crank out maybe on a good day, 3 emails, maybe. Like on every single day, I at least dedicate 1 email to be written because it helps me with my skills. But even today, for example, I have to write 8 emails total for a sequence that goes out every other day for 16 days essentially. And let me tell you something. It's going to take me at least 6 hours or so to create all of those emails perfectly. I'm talking the images where to be input and the narrative and the story and what I want to use and getting a bunch of research. You get the idea. I don't want you to rush the emails, but it has to be unique, at least 60% unique. Because if you don't make it at least 60% unique, everybody who's spamming with these swipe files, so there's malicious spammers out there who will just spam emails. Google's gonna look at this email and say, wait a minute. You're sending the same thing that this spammer, or not this spammer, but you're sending the same thing that, this person over here who was maliciously spamming everybody is sending. Oh, so you're probably a spammer as well. You're going to the spam box and you'll automatically be punished for this. So, at the end of the day, you want to make sure that you're going out there and editing these emails. So let's just say this is my email as an example. Again, this is an example so I can show you how to input the emails in here. So let's just say this is, the email. And before I talk about the email, the from should always stay static. You'll notice that, the from over here, from Japanese herb mix, and then big stomach. Just keep the name consistent. Don't use their from names. So what we would do is for your first email, click create new email, and you would name this. I like to go ahead and name the emails the subject lines. So I'd copy this, I'd paste it in there, sender profile, you click on your sender profile, subject, pre-header, you can put the same thing as your subject, and then you click create email. You just go to, you would click on design, or you could use start from scratch up here. So I'm going to start from scratch because you all have to start from scratch as well. So I'm just going to copy this really quickly. I'm going to copy this, delete this, all right? And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to raise the text size to 19. And what I would do, as you can see, I'm going through all of this. I'm just pasting in all the assets. Again, this is assuming that I wrote this email. I'm just showing you how to insert all the assets. So this image, I would just take a screenshot of it and then put it inside of the image. So let me just go down here. What I would do with this section, by the way, so I'd just insert the image. Let me insert it now. So here we go. And I would just go ahead and decrease this a little bit. And we'll talk about the link in a second, but I'd click on this text again, click the little gear icon, and click the duplicate, right, like the little copy right here. I click on the one underneath it, click the gear icon again, and click the little moving tool. Scroll down to the bottom down here. All right, and just do that. You go down here again, and put it right under here, under the image. I'd grab the text again, right? And just make sure that the font is exactly what we want, and so 19. And there we go. Now, this is also really important, okay? When you see the links, you can grab your affiliate link directly from ClickBank or Digistore, whatever you're using. So what I'm going to do is just do this really quickly. What I would recommend, very, very important, is you never want to directly paste in your ClickBank or Digistore. You never want to paste in a direct affiliate link. And the reason why you never want to paste in the affiliate link directly onto your emails is because when you send it out, inbox providers like Google and Yahoo, they know ClickBank. ClickBank's huge. They know Digistore, right? They're going to automatically label your email spam because they see the link. So what you can use is, I use Rebrandly. I love Rebrandly. And you'll notice that I use Rebrandly in majority of my emails. So let me go ahead and log into one of my Rebrandly accounts. And you'll see right over here, all right, let's go here. I'm going to paste this in. This is my affiliate link. And you can get a custom domain in here, or you can just use the Rebrandly generic domain. So I'm just going to put delete this later. And I'll click create link. And here we go. So now I have a Rebrandly link. However, the Rebrandly link goes to my affiliate link. So we're going to use that Rebrandly link. And we're going to hover over and highlight this blue text. We're going to click the little URL. We're going to paste it in. And what we're also going to do is never use the brackets and the equal sign. That's a spam filter as well. You're going to click on the image, the link for the image as well over here. And again, we're going to click on the blue down here. And there we go. So now we have our email. We can click save and continue. We can just go ahead and click activate for the email and click done. So now this automation is ready. Don't forget to click active. So if somebody opts in to the page and gives us their email, we'll be able to go ahead and send them within 5 minutes the very first email, which is active. So again, that's how you create an automated sequence and where you can actually find the sequences as well, the emails, or you can write them yourself. However, the other thing that you can do is go on Fiverr or Upwork and hire a copywriter. Now that's going to be really expensive. I don't suggest that, and I'm not going to teach you how to do that because that's really advanced and it's out of a lot of people's budget, and I don't want you wasting money on something that you should be learning to do, which is writing copy. So learning how to sell via the written word. So with all that being said, that's how you set up your automations. That's how everything flows in the background. So again, when somebody opts in and gives you their email, all of this will keep going day by day. And it doesn't matter when they're in there. So you can have 10 people waiting for this email, 50 people waiting for this email, 100 waiting for this email, and so on. So everybody will be on different days, but it's automated. All right? So with that all being said, I hope you learned a lot here. I'll see you in the next video.